Hey everybody, and welcome to day 30 of May the Force Be With You month here on Plastic Nostalgic. I hope you've been enjoying all the toys I've been opening up, because I sure have. And today we're going to open up another one. Today we got the Hoth Wampa with Luke Skywalker in his Hoth gear. Now this is a Force Link 2, so I'm not too sure about the Force Link 2 reader working on this one, but we'll have to check it out. And let's get into it and find out. Today on day 30 of May the Force Be With You month, we have a Force Link 2.0 Wampa. Here's the package for it here with Luke Skywalker and his Hoth gear on the inside. Don't really see what the Wampa looks like. We got a little picture of it here on the corner. And here he is, all furry and nasty looking on the front. In the package you can see some of the Hoth looking cave with the Tauntaun and Luke at the mouth of the cave there. This came out around the time of the final trilogy here with Poe, Rey, and Finn on the front there. Wampas are powerful furred bipeds that dwell in the snowy wastes of the ice world Hoth. These hulking predators have razor-sharp fangs and claws, yet move with surprising stealth, relying on their white fur for camouflage while hunting prey such as Tauntauns. And if you know about the movie and what Luke does to get free, you see that the Wampa's arm can be removed, because he severs it with his lightsaber. And here's Luke hanging upside down in the cave, and his lightsaber was stuck in the snow, and he had to will it to his hand with the power of the Force. And he defeated the Hoth monster, and then luckily Han found him later. Only thing we're missing out of this is Han and a couple of Tauntauns. So let's get into this and see if we can get that Force Link 2 to work. Oh, a couple little pieces of tape right there. Seems pretty simple enough. Well, here's Luke. Let's set him aside. See, this don't really want to come out of the box. There we go. Have to give it a little shove. Wow. That's a big old box for just Here's the Hoth Wampa and his arm. Let's carefully free him from his bindings and see what we got here. All right. Here is the Hoth monster. Wow, pretty articulated. Razor sharp claws and fangs. He has those horns on his head there. Let's stick his arm back in his place. Okay, that went in pretty good. This one does not come off, but it moves pretty well. And this one moves up and down, and he has a little hinge right there. Ah, there we go. So he can rub his tummy after having some Tauntauns for breakfast. Let's see, does his head move? Yep, his head moves a little bit. Real shaggy looking critter. And we'll see how easily his arm comes back off. Looks pretty gruesome there. There we go. Let's stick it back on and make him feel a lot better. Now let's check out that Luke Skywalker. Oh, wait a minute. We have some literature. Choking hazard. Yeah, he looks like he can choke you. Get those arms around you there. So watch out for the Hoth Wampa. Okay. It shows you the different ways the Force Link 2 reader is supposed to work. So I'll just remember that. And this has a diagram of his removable arm. Okay, now let's get into this Luke Skywalker. Looks pretty sporty in his Hoth gear. Vests were all the rage back then. Looks a lot like it did in the movie. But he has the simple articulation of the Force Link and retro characters. But look, he has a holster. Let's get out that laser blaster and a lightsaber and check it out. Pretty neat little blaster. Classic Star Wars design. Let's see how well it fits in his hand. Okay, it fits pretty good. Pretty snug in there. Looks pretty nice. Wonder if it fits in his holster as well. Wow, it was almost like it was made for it. And it doesn't fall out. Okay, let's see about that lightsaber, which he's so famous for. I heard this was his dad's lightsaber at one time, where he had an accident on Mustafar. There he is, Luke Skywalker in his Hoth gear. And a Hoth Wampa from Star Wars Force Link 2.0. Let's see how well it works. So he has the Force Link 2.0 symbol.
Firmware update required. Firmware update required. Firmware update required.
Okay, it says firmware update required. Let's see about Luke here.
Firmware update required. Firmware update required. Firmware update required.
Oh, that's silly. I haven't got this thing to work on anything but Han Solo that came with it. So let's set this aside. Let's try something else. Nope, don't work with the Comtech reader either. It was worth a shot. Surprisingly, I still have my original Luke Skywalker in Hoth gear action figure that I got a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And you can tell he is quite played with by the amount of paint wear on his toes and head, even on the binoculars there on his chest. And he's pretty loose. As far as action figures goes, and pretty dirty because he played a lot outside with me. But he's still looking pretty good though, and very similar to the other one, although this one doesn't have the goggles. It too has the little scarf on the head there, insignia on his chest, and that classic vest, although the old one is a little darker. And he's got gray pants on the new one versus the white ones. They were white back in the day, believe me. The boots are very similar as well, except the newer version has the straps painted, where the older version has a simple paint job. And a little paint wear on the boots. That's from walking through all that deep snow on Hoth. So there's Luke Skywalker in the Hoth gear. One from the original Star Wars Return of the Jedi, or Empire Strikes Back, and Force Link 2.0. And not too long ago, in the grand scheme of things, my brother got me this ancient Hoth Wampa from the Empire Strikes Back, so I can compare it to the Force Link 2 version. Now, I did have one as a kid, but this is not the one I had. And he had swinging arm motion due to the rubber bands in his arms. But this one is a little worn and well played with and pretty yellow due to age. But the little bit of paint that he did have on it, he seems to still retain. And his face, well, he does have the horns, like the one in this one and the one in the movie. The faces, I believe they made this face so it didn't scare children too much when they wanted to buy the toy. But this one is more like what the Hoth Wampa actually looked like in the movie, with his bloody face and sharp teeth. So there is a Hoth Wampa, not from Return of the Jedi, but from The Empire Strikes Back, and a Hoth Wampa from Star Wars Force Link 2.0. Thanks for joining us on Day 30 of May the Force Be With You month here on Plastic Nostalgic. And be sure to join us tomorrow for our final day of May the Force Be With You month and see what we have to unbox tomorrow. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. See y'all next time.